What you're seeing as far as the black lines, that's you can't see through the trees. So I just put that they block line of sight. To your stage right is the river itself. And then through the trees to the southeast is this farm. And you can see something unnatural is happening there. You can see one of them quite clearly. It's this one. And you all have seen or are at least aware of orcs. That is an orc with a bow. There is an elderly woman with an arrow sticking out of her back, face down in the dirt in a pool of blood. So you kind of have an idea of what's happening here. You guys can now move freely.
Do I notice anything? What kind of people they are? Maybe I've seen something like this before.
Yeah, you can make a perception check. And you're wanting to see what you know about the people. Very good. So I'm going to bring you here again, and what you're seeing is you've got this, whatever this is. It's hard to see from where you are through the forest what's going on, but you see there are two humans. They look to be farmers. They are bound with their hands behind their backs, and they're on their knees. You got this guy, and you got this guy. And standing right behind them with a curved knife is another orc that is missing an eye.
Well,
I'm moving forward.
Yeah. Did I mention you that my village, the monastery, and everything was burnt down to the ground?
No, you haven't mentioned.
Yeah, it was a very unfortunate event. Maybe...
What was the
Yes.
reason for it to burn down?
I don't know. I just know that someday I saw the sun was rising from the wrong side, you know, and that was an arson. And I found the village all burnt down, and there's nothing to do. There was nothing I could do. I ran away, took what I could from the village. That was many days ago. Maybe this one are somehow connected to the one who burnt down my hermitage.
Okay, you guys all see where Rowan is, basically just at the, you're at the edge of the trees, but still in the trees, so you have plenty of cover. If you come out into the field, you will be obvious to be seen, and if you, as you move around, if you move around the perimeter, I will want you to make stealth checks, basically for each 30 feet you go, to see how well hidden you remain.
Can I understand if the woman near me with the arrow in the back is dead or not?
Make a medicine check. And Rowan, you're fine. They all have their backs to you, so you have not been spotted yet. Yes, she is dead.
So
There's too much blood outside of her body.
Okay, so I whisper, nothing we can do for this one. Maybe we can try and save the other ones.
You guys can see the structure clearly burning, smoke rising into the sky. And now that you're close enough, I'll give you a description of that ceremony that's occurring. So right here, what you've got is, let me get my pointer again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 with the one in the center. People, they are impaled onto pikes driven into the ground, and their bellies have been cut open and their intestines strung from one to the next, creating kind of a web of entrails. And their blood has been used to create kind of an arcane circle on the ground. And you can see this figure with its hands up towards the circle, and it is chanting something in an odd language that I don't think any of you know. You can tell me what your languages are, and I'll tell you if you understand it. Rowan, you do not know what language this is. Holrig, you do not know what language it is. And I'm pretty sure Melil does not either.
By the way,
Yes.
can I try this one using it on ritual?
Yes, and that's something that I wanted to mention as well with rituals. They do take 10 minutes to cast if you cast them as a ritual. Are you willing to wait 10 minutes or commit that amount of time?
So
I don't think we have that time, Eric.
we have it, they don't. The ones lying on the ground.
I think we have the time, but they don't. They have that time.
Yeah. So I use bless on us.
Am I able to walk around here?
Yes. All right, you guys see Rowan disappear on the backside of the house. She's moving very quietly and cautiously. Yeah, you poke your head around the corner of Rowan and you can see them much more clearly. I'm going to flash their pictures up. You've got this one. His axe is bloodied, and his mouth as well, because he was cutting the entrails and tying them around the fane. And at the same time, he would reach in, grab a handful of guts, and then shove it into his mouth. And down here to the south is this one as well, wearing the bones of some previous victim.
Okay. Now I try to get their attention using
I'm ready in action.
Sounds good.
using this spell, and my voice will sound more loud, and then I say, "What the fuck are you doing? Lathander sees you."
As one, the orc's heads jerk up and turn around to look at you. This one's mouth drops open and it lets out a wail of fury and aggression. Go ahead and roll initiative. Yeah, so it is a surprise round. Melil, you are the fastest. You hear Holrig booming his voice out. The orcs turn around to respond. What do you do in the moment you have before they attack?
I'll move to the archer. Like this.
Okay. A critical hit. Well done.
Nice.
So you come up behind that orc just as she is turning and raising her bow to point it at Holrig. You come up underneath and stab through her armpit and into her chest, puncturing a lung. She is barely clinging to life at this point.
I'll do a flurry of blows then.
Probably a good choice. Now you can hit unarmed attack 2 times. That makes it a hit and a kill. Well done. So you rush forward, and it would seem that you're going to miss, but there is some divine guidance that pushes your fist to the right spot, connecting with her chin. You hear her teeth crunch in her head. She falls to the ground and does not get back up. Right. Surprise round. Rowan, go ahead with your surprise.
I'm walking to this guy, and I'm gonna rage and attack him with my greatsword.
And just like before, it buries into his shoulder, crushing his clavicle, but he does not die.
That's my surprise attack.
And finally, Holrig.
And use my sacred flame on this one.
And is soul racked for 5 points of radiant damage.
I cast Sanctuary on Melil. And then I'm done.
Melil, you are still the fastest. What do you do?
Can I look around who is left still?
Yes. Yeah, you've got this orc back here, this orc that Rowan is attacking, this one that's got a knife to this man's throat, and then this hooded, cloaked figure. Does not appear to be a normal size for an orc. It's quite a bit shorter and thinner, but is also kind of covered head to toe. You rush forward and pierce the orc. You manage to draw some blood from its midsection, but it does not even come close to killing it.
And I'll try my fists again. Or the...
You let out a quick flurry of punches and kicks. That orc is now bruised and bloodied. And then this orc down here screams at the top of his lungs, rushing towards Rowan. And hits. Rowan, go ahead.
I'm attacking the same one as before.
You extract your great sword from him, heave it over your head and drop it again, finally cleaving an arm from his body. He falls into the dirt and doesn't get back up. So this one, in a feminine voice, curses. You don't know what she says, but it's definitely a curse. And she runs away, headed for the forest to the southwest. This guy is going to cast, as a bonus action, he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon, causing an axe that glows with an angry red light to appear next to you, Maylil, and slice at you. And he rolled a 16 to hit you against your AC of 17 is a miss. So then he will cuss in Orcish. You guys can hear, most of you who understand Orc, he said shit, and tries to stab you with a spear. That one will definitely hit, Maylil. Unfortunately, as I said before, highlighted in green means it's a critical hit. Maylil takes 17 piercing damage.
Ouch.
It impaled her on the spear. It grins, spitting, a little bit of spittle comes out of its mouth as it hisses and wrenches its spear back out of her body. And Holrig, go ahead.
I will move to here and then try with a melee attack.
All right. You bring the hammer around, and your footing was a little off. The impact wasn't very hard, and it bounces off of that orc's armor. He is wearing ringmail.
Roll a d4.
Even so.
Oh.
It's bounced off of his ringmail.
So, I'm done.
Round 3. Rowan, go ahead.
Attacking the one that foolishly got into my range.
You took a big chunk out of him, but he is roaring, and he is in the blood fury, and wants to kill you as much as you want to kill him. He's still alive. He will simply return the attack, swinging around with his greatsword, and missed.
Yep.
Easy enough. Initiative. He's going to circle you, though, coming around to here. And the heavily armored one is going to have his spiritual weapon slice again at Maylil. That misses once again, but it is going to turn and attack Holrig. It's going to step one space here so that you guys are no longer flanking him. Because he hasn't left your reach, he does not provoke an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
And he grins at you, Holrig. He's laughing in this weird kind of a coughing, huffing sound that you realize is laughter. And he says in very bad common, probably very bad dwarven, "You are too late." And he tries to stab you, and does so. He skewers Holrig as well for 9 piercing. And Holrig, you'll have to make a Constitution save to maintain concentration on Bless. You have failed. Bless shimmers and falls away. Oh no, you can make a yeah. You were absolutely right. That's all you need. DC 10.
Phew.
That was close. So if you would, minus those 9 hit points off, and you keep your spell. Well done. She continues her escape, disappearing off into the trees. 26 stealth.
Oh.
Banishes. Maylil, go ahead.
So after being spared so brutally, she's not so motivated anymore and will try to run away behind the tree, like here.
As one of your actions, you can use a disengage to prevent him from making an opportunity attack as you leave. Otherwise, he will get a free shot at you. Are you okay with using your action to disengage?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Maylil withdraws, a tactical retreat.
Hopefully
Sorry, Ulrich.
last hit on that.
Yes.
Yes.
You bring the axe around, or the sword around, and chop it into his midsection. He doubles over onto your blade, and you slice it out, nearly cutting him in half.
And moving here.
Okay. I will take place here. And then try with another melee attack. And
Nice.
that's nice.
Well done. Very good hit. You could feel rib bones crunching under the impact of your hammer for 11 bludgeoning damage.
That's the token.
And then round 4. Ulrich, you going back to back. Go again.
Oh. I will show him more blessings from Lathander.
Even with that, you're just not quite able to punch through his ringmail armor.
Oh.
I'm just yelling to the dwarf. Don't let me pick you up again.
You see the glowing axe approach you, Rowan, and slice at you, but it missed. So the orc does continue to battle Ulrich himself, though. He will try to stab again, and hits. Ulrich survives it, but another 10 piercing damage. One thing I forgot last round, and I apologize, but it's happening now.
Yeah, the constitution.
The magic circle begins to glow.
Oof.
Nope. Bless keeps itself going. Lathander smiles upon you.
As always.
Still bleeding. She's not sure what to do in this case. Can she check what the diagram?
On that, roll an Arcana check. Let's see what you know. Let's see what Maylil knows from many years of study in the temple. You know that this, you've seen this sort of diagram before. It is blood magic, one of the most forbidden kinds of magic. And this one seems to be planar in nature. It looks like they're trying to open a gateway of some sort, using blood as the, or sacrifice as the fuel for it. One thing you guys do notice that as the arcane circle starts to flare to life, you realize with horror that the victims impaled around it are not dead. They begin writhing and moaning in pain as the circle lights up.
But can she go and check what the corpses are doing in the...
Yeah. You mean these corpses, the circle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see them writhing in pain. You know that their blood is fueling whatever foul magic the circle is doing. What does Maylil want to do to interrupt that? If she wants to interrupt it. I don't want to assume. You may want to see something happen.
So she'll move to one of those corpses here.
Okay.
Is the corpse somehow tied or in place?
The corpses are impaled onto pikes, so they're moaning in pain. The pike is kind of shoved through their midsection, up underneath their chest, and then their bellies are cut open with their intestines slopped out and then tied around in a circle, stretched around the area. So they're not really tied to their posts, they're more impaled on them and slowly dying that way.
Can she hack at the pike?
Yes.
With her sword? Okay.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. So a red means it's a fumble. You rolled a natural 1. So what happens is Maylil steps forward, and as soon as your foot touches the circle there, a flash of bright light arcs out between you and the sword. It's like a static discharge onto the sword, sending a jolt up your arm. There seems to be some magic stopping you from interfering with what's happening in the circle.
Okay. So I think that's about it, what she can do.
Rowan, go ahead.
I'm stepping forward to the orc to give him his last blow.
And so you guys know, I know my token says there are no take-backsies. Basically, I'm okay with you guys doing take-backs on your turn. Once you roll initiative and it's not your turn, then no more take-backs. So you're okay to say flanking there definitely hits and kills.
There you go.
The flaming axe shimmers and disappears. At this point, no more threats are obvious to you guys, so I'm ending the initiative order. It's just you and the circle now.